Hey, it's studio time. The Locals Lounge at Radio 94.9. Send your band submissions to Nate at radio949colorado.com.
All right, welcome back to Studio 94.9. It's the Locals Lounge at Radio 94.9. My name's Nate Wild, and I got our guest in for the week. Guy by the name of Romero. How's it going, man?
I'm good, Nate. How are you, brother?
Doing well. Glad we got to finally do this, you know?
Yep. I appreciate the support, and I appreciate that you support local music. This is very cool.
Absolutely, man. Let's start off just introducing the listeners that maybe aren't familiar to Romero. You know, give me like a bio, Wikipedia bio.
I'm going to give you a really, really condensed version because it's been a long, very long career. I guess you could say almost 25 years, close to 25 years. But the last 20 years, I've been playing in a couple different original projects as well as playing in some cover bands. I was in a band called Sick in the 90s from like 94 to 2002. Then we had another band called Drug Under. Both of those were kind of the newer metal, hard rock.
All right.
And took a break from that stuff and got into some film work and then went back to school and got into radio, believe it or not.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. And then this past year I started writing and working on my first official solo record. And that has been my main focus for the last 12 months.
All right.
And the record's out now. It just came out 3 weeks ago.
Rock-a-rolla?
Rock and Rolla. You got it.
Okay, yep. Cool. That was very condensed. That was good.
Was that enough?
That was perfect.
Or was it boring? I mean,
No,
there's
that
a
was
lot
great.
in between. We could probably sit here for about a good 6 hours.
Yeah. Well, maybe some other time.
Yeah.
Well, right on, man. So the first tune we're going to do today, is it on the new record?
It is. There's 10 tracks on the record. This one, Just Let Me Be, was the version on the record was really, really fun to write and record. We layered it with multiple instruments. We had keyboards and acoustic guitar, electric guitar, bass and drums. And one of the producers that I was working with, Eric Blomquist, out in Minneapolis, turns out he's a really good sax player.
All right.
And at the very last minute, we added him to the song. I hadn't written a guitar solo for it yet, so when I got there, I was kind of stressed out and nervous. It's like, I need to come up with a solo. We're recording.
Yeah.
And then we were talking, and then he says, like, I played sax, and that was his major in college. And I was like, well, you should play on my record. And he wrote something there on the spot, and it came out beautiful, and we left it on there. So
Nice.
It's one of my favorite tracks on the record for sure.
Nice little happy accident there.
Yeah, exactly. But obviously, this version will just be one vocal and two guitars. I brought my guitar player, Eric, with me today.
Cool. And what would you say the lyrics are about? What's the song about?
Man, you know what? A lot of times I sort of like to let the listener interpret what it means to them, because I've had that happen with a couple different songs where I feel like it's very self-explanatory and then they get something completely different.
Yeah.
So I always leave it for the listener to interpret. But,
right.
I think it's just the record kind of takes you on a roller coaster. I mean, there's some moments where the songs could come across as maybe dark, but in a sense, I think it's about hope, and it's literally about a rebirth and growth as a person, as a human being, whether spiritually or whatever is going on in your life. But I think it's about taking chances, getting second chances, and making the most of the moment that you're living in. And so I kind of ran with those themes on different songs. So it's just about life. I mean, I think there's something that everybody can relate to, no matter what they're going through, whether it's they're in a tough spot or in a great spot in their lives. I think the lyrics and the music can resonate with just about anybody.
Sweet. All right, cool. Well, we'll let the listeners kind of interpret it for themselves. This is called Just Let Me Be. Romero in the studio. Take it away.
wonder which path you're gonna follow. Don't hold me down, just let me be. Don't bring me down, leaving me. Found the answer from me. Hear the laughter, salvation set me free. Crashing into you, it's a beautiful disaster. Don't hold me down, just let me be. Don't bring me down, leaving me. Leaving my conviction, leaving my own truth. Don't hold me down, just let me be. Bring me down, leaving me. Don't hold me down, set me free. Don't bring me down, can't you see? Broke with desperation, this time I'm needing you.
Yeah, Just Let Me Be from Romero. It's Studio 94.9, Locals Lounge at Radio 94.9. Now, tell me, you've been doing this a long time, obviously. And when you started playing music, what got you into it?
I mean, I could go back as far as being probably 8 or 9 years old, and I think my first real introduction to music was we had a babysitter, and I remember she would bring over like Kiss records and Alice Cooper records, Fleetwood Mac, the Eagles. There was this big variety of music that I was introduced to at such a young age, and I think for me, right away, I gravitated towards Kiss.
Yeah.
And that kind of like, I wanted to do that. Actually, as a kid, I think, even though I didn't have real aspirations to be a musician, I really enjoyed like Peter Criss, and I enjoyed drums. I thought, man, maybe someday I want to learn to play the drums. So, but it was more of a pipe dream, and it was about, back then, I think it was just taking in all this different types of music. And, my parents being from an older generation, they had a lot of different stuff that, I totally wasn't into. So the babysitter was probably the one that brought me that opened the door to rock and roll for sure.
Yeah, nice.
And then as I got older into like middle school and then the beginning of high school, that's when my parents bought me a guitar, and I just, self-taught, back then before YouTube and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Now anybody can go on YouTube and they can show you how to play every single thing. The way we were learning, at least the way I was learning, was you would take a cassette or a record and you would just play it, rewind it, and try to piece together each part, because, I wasn't taking lessons, or I couldn't read music or anything. So it was basically self-taught, and it came to me pretty quick. I mean, I never, even to this day, I don't think I've achieved the goal that I wanted as a guitar player.
Yeah.
But I'm comfortable in where I'm at and within my wheelhouse, and I think now I'm more focused on trying to write a good song. I think people remember songs more than they're ever going to remember a guitar solo.
Oh, yeah.
As
totally.
much as I thought I was going to be Eddie Van Halen or whatever, it just wasn't meant to be. But, I respect those kind of players and stuff like that. But for me, it always comes down now, to the song, and that's where it came from. And along the way, throughout those years, I taught myself how to play piano and drums and bass, and just
nice.
it was just sort of to be more well-rounded and kind of have an understanding of what the other musicians are doing. As I mentioned earlier with the bands, as I got older into my 20s and stuff, when I was working with like Eric Greenwald and Aaron Greenwald, Eric was the main writer in that band. So basically, and I wasn't playing guitar back then. I actually had a hand injury. I probably stopped playing for about a good 15 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I was just fronting bands, and so only in the last 4 years did I start playing again. But anyway, with Eric kind of writing the main riffs, my main focus was just coming up with lyrics and melodies. So there was that period, like I said, from like 94 to 2002, and then again from 2003 to like 2007, we were quite busy doing a lot of things. So, and it was a different style of music. So I enjoyed that part of it, but it's funny how you sort of consciously or subconsciously sort of gravitate towards, I think, your roots. And I think that's how this record came together for me organically, was me revisiting what I had grown up on and sort of taking that and kind of running with that and trying to make it my own.
All right.
So a lot of times we were competing with, whatever was happening at the moment. And that was a tough thing to do, because even if you were doing what they were doing, you were always a step behind because they were already there. Record companies were looking for the next big thing. And
right.
it was a challenging time, just because the way the industry was changing. And, I'll tell you what, though, we had a great run. I mean, we did some shows that, like I said, maybe we'll save that for another show. But
yeah,
we played with everybody from A to Z, and from New York to L.A. and Boston and Denver. We were very, very blessed to do some cool things. But like I said, I took a break from that and then was able to come back to where I am today. And like I said, I'm just enjoying the music on a different level. There's no pressure because we're not fighting and scraping against the industry, and a record deal doesn't mean anything anymore.
Yeah.
It doesn't to me, maybe to some people, but doing everything on my own, it just feels better, you know. Whether I fail or succeed, it's on my terms.
Right.
And there's no one to blame. I don't blame the industry. You can't blame other band members. You take it as it is. But I love where I'm at right now in my life. I love the kind of music that I'm playing, and to me, it's a blessing. So I just, and I'm one of those guys. I'll do what's in front of me, and then sometimes, I'll take on a little too much, but I can't sit idle either. So
Yeah.
I just have to kind of go with the flow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, very cool, man. This next tune is on the new record as well, correct? Or is it not?
It is.
Okay. Well, this is called Scars. It's Romero, Studio 94.9. Take it away.
I was running from my past. My only savior was to fake it, hide behind a mask. Hide behind a mask. I couldn't face it, no, try not to let it go. Pain, it runs so deep. No matter what I tried to do, no matter what like an open wound, scars on my head, scars on my to keep, like an open wound, scars on my head, scars on my to keep, scars on my to keep. My emotions fill the void, but I'm so incomplete. I could never change, dark and lonely, was buried in the past. So complacent, moving forward, such a daunting task. No matter what I try to do, no matter what like an open wound, scars on my head, scars on my to keep, like an open wound, scars on my head, scars on my to keep. I was running from my past. My only savior was to fake it, hide behind a mask. runs so deep. No matter what I try, no matter what I said to you, like an open wound, scars on my head, scars on my to keep, like an open wound, scars on my head, scars on my to keep, scars on my to keep.
All right, that was Romero with Scars at Studio 94.9, the locals lounge at Radio 94.9. Now tell me what you got coming up, man. What you got brewing? Any big gigs?
Yeah, we've the summer so far has been amazing. We just did the Greeley Stampede, and we did Freedom Fest, which was an amazing concert that helped raise money for our vets and our military. But the next show we have coming up, July 22nd at the Armory in Brighton, Colorado. Eric and I are going to be doing an acoustic show opening up for Brandon Gibbs. Brandon Gibbs is in a band called Devil City Angels with Tracy Guns from LA Guns.
Oh, yeah.
And Eric Brittingham from Cinderella and Ricky Rocket from Poison. So he's branching out solo outside of that. And his partner on that is Joel Hoekstra. Joel Hoekstra previously in Night Ranger and currently plays in Whitesnake. And what's the name of the orchestra, Eric? Trans-Siberian Orchestra, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So he's an amazing guitar player, and ironically, there's sort of that 6 degrees of separation. Eric, who's a graduate of GIT, went to school with Joel in Hollywood, 27 years ago or whatever that was.
Huh.
So it's kind of cool to the fact that those two will get to meet up again after that long.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that as well. So
Nice.
Anyway, that's July 22nd at the Armory. And then Tuesday, July 25th, my band will be at the Paramount opening for Tesla.
Nice.
Oh, wait, one more show. I'm doing an acoustic show the 21st at Cheyenne Frontier Days. I'm playing on the side stage for the Brantley Gilbert Tyler Farr show.
That's going to be a busy week.
Yeah, on the go for sure.
Damn, nice.
Yeah.
So there you go.
And anyway, and my CD's out now. You can get it on iTunes, CD Baby. It's at just about every local music store in Colorado carries it now as well. So
Sweet.
you can pick that up. I really do appreciate all the support, and I thank you for having us on your show.
Oh, you got it, man. Well, let's play one more song before we wrap it up. Is this one on the new record too?
It is The Dark.
All right. Well, there you go. So you're getting a nice little preview here, people, of the new Romero disc. This is called The Dark. Studio 94.9 with Romero. Take it away.
That you only hear. Living a world without shame, nobody to blame. Dance with the devil in the city. When the night cries out, there's no more doubt. Own your lies, make a mess and try. Live your life, try to make it right. Let the fight begin in the new life. It is. light shine in the new life. When the night cries out, there's no more doubt. Own your life, make amends and try. Live your life, try to make it right. Let the fight begin in the new life. When the night cries out, there's no more doubt. Own your life, make amends and try. Live your life, try to make it right. Let the fight begin in the new life. It is. When the night cries out, there's no more doubt. Own your lives, make amends and try. Live your life, try to make it right. Let the fight begin in the new life. When the night cries out, there's no more doubt. Own your lives, make amends and try. Live your life, try to make it right. Let the fight begin.